When love turns into hate. Love is one of the strongest and most contradictory forces in human life. It promises closeness, security, and meaning, yet within it lurks the danger of turning into its opposite. When love turns into hate, this does not happen suddenly, but is a slow, painful process that shakes the soul deeply. It is a transformation that reveals how fragile the human heart is and how close the strongest emotions can sometimes be. At the beginning of love, there is often a bright projection. We see in the other person not only who they are, but also what we hope for in them: fulfillment, understanding, perhaps even salvation from our own inner emptiness. This idealized image creates a strong bond that opens the heart and makes life seem brighter. Yet reality is never as perfect as our hopes. Over time, illusions crumble. The loved one shows weaknesses, makes decisions we cannot understand or accept. This moment of disillusionment is painful. Those who cannot accept the other as an independent being risk being pulled into a whirlpool of negative feelings. From a psychological perspective, this transition is closely linked to hurt. Love makes us vulnerable because it requires opening up and trusting the other. When this trust is abused or disappointed, a pain arises that is difficult to endure. To avoid this pain, many people suppress it, and the suppressed pain often turns into anger, sometimes into hate. Neuroscience shows that heartbreak and physical pain activate similar areas in the brain. Thus, the pain felt is real and intense, and the aggression that arises is a protective reaction. It is a paradoxical fact. Hate is not the absence of feeling, but a form of attachment. Those who hate remain emotionally connected, albeit destructively. The hated person remains the focus of thoughts, anger, and memories. Hate is often the last resistance against the loss of a beloved relationship. This is especially evident in toxic relationships, where love and aggression are inseparable. The oscillation between closeness and rejection becomes an addiction. Hate becomes a painful bridge that still maintains a connection despite everything. This dynamic is not only found in romantic relationships, but also in larger social and political contexts. Love for a community, idea, or nation can, when it grows to an extreme, generate hatred toward everything foreign or deviant. When loyalty turns into blind allegiance, affection becomes fanaticism. History and the present provide countless examples of how love for a cause can lead to exclusion, violence, and persecution. This shows that the fine line between love and hate is not only a personal, but also a societal challenge. Also, in other interpersonal relationships, such as between parents and children or friends, love and hate can lie close together. When parents invest all their strength in a child and that child turns away or rejects them, care can turn into bitterness. In friendships that drift apart, a silent form of hate often arises, marked by silence, accusations, and emotional withdrawal. These forms of hate are quiet but no less painful. Philosophically viewed, the key lies in dealing with the other as an autonomous being. True love acknowledges the freedom of the other, accepts their otherness without wanting to possess them. Yet in reality, expectations and possessiveness often overshadow this ideal. Love becomes a demand, a fusion, and when the other withdraws, the image collapses. Hate arises from the inability to accept the other truly as other. Hate becomes a desperate attempt to preserve a lost relationship, or at least an image of it. The way out of this destructive cycle is letting go. It means recognizing disappointment, mourning loss, and creating space for healing. Letting go does not mean suppressing feelings, but experiencing and transforming them. Anger and pain may exist, but they should not have the final say. Through reflection, conversation, creative expression, or professional help, hate can transform. Perhaps not immediately into forgiveness, but into clarity and dignity. Love remains a force that demands responsibility. It gives life and meaning, but it also carries the risk of injury and pain. The greatest human challenge is to learn that not all love lasts forever, and that it takes courage and wisdom to let the other have their freedom, without turning the pain into hate. In this acceptance lies a deeper form of freedom, the freedom to love and lose without destroying.